Thank you, Masters, for joining. This is Madhu Soni from Light and Soul Meditation English Group, welcoming you all to this wonderful session of the today's topic and meditation. Today's topic is types of thinking, and we are going to talk about it. Slowly, we are learning new topics and definitely developing our consciousness and expanding it. At the same time, we are meditating and getting into that peaceful zone, the empty state of mind. So before we go ahead and take on the wisdom that is going to be shared today, we are going to first meditate. So thank you for joining. Before you start meditation, just wanted to let you know that we are doing Aanapansati meditation. And in Aanapansati meditation, the position we take is we cross our feet like this. I'm showing my hands how to sit, but it's like crossing our feet and legs and sitting in Sukhasana. If you are sitting comfortably on an asana, it's wonderful. But if you are not comfortable, please do sit on a chair or sofa or bed if that makes you comfortable, and let your feet touch the ground. Then you can cross the ankles. Now you may clasp your hands and join your fingers, clasp your hands, keep them on your lap, close your eyes and just start breathing in and breathing out. So this is how we do Aanapansati meditation. During Aanapansati meditation, we are not going to open our eyes while meditating. The reason behind is that 80% of the energy is being dissipated through our eyes. The 10% is dissipated through our hands. The remaining 10% is dissipated through our feet. So when we clasp our hands, when we sit in Sukhasana by crossing our feet and legs, we save 10% by hands and 10% by feet. And the remaining 80% is being saved by our eyes when we close it. And now when we start breathing in and breathing out, we start focusing on the coming in breath and out breath, the going out breath. So now what you need to do, we are going to just be with our in breath and out breath. Aanapansati is nothing but the meaning of Aan, or when you break down this word Aanapansati. Aan meaning your in breath, which you bring in, the breath that you bring in through your nostrils. And Apan meaning the breath that you exhale out, or when you breathe out. So that is called Apan. And Sati meaning becoming one with your in breath and out breath, becoming one with your inhale and exhale. So slowly and steadily, just become one with in breath and out breath. So this is what you have to do. And that is how we are going to start our Aanapansati meditation. So for all the newcomers who watch this video and they don't know what is Aanapansati meditation, I just explained. So now let's just go ahead and follow the music. Just we are going to listen to the music and we are
searching for.
So now we are going just be with our in breath and out breath and focus totally on the incoming breath, outgoing breath. This way our mind will stop this incessant chatter when we focus totally on our breathing. Thank you for joining, Masters, and let's just meditate with the music that is being played. You can take your position, take a glass of water, keep it beside you. You can drink some water, and later on, after the meditation ends, then you can drink the water. And now, just breathe in and breathe out and start relaxing your body and body parts. Just keep all your focus on the incoming breath and the outgoing breath. Now start relaxing your body parts before we head on to deep meditation. So just relax your brain, your forehead, your head space, eyes, ears, and nose, your whole face, and the jaws, your tongue. Just relax with each incoming breath and each outgoing breath. Be with your in breath and out breath. No focus on any thoughts, any chanting, any mantra. Now, we are going to bring our focus on our neck, our shoulders, our upper back, spine, chest, and lungs, our hands, and try to relax it with each incoming breath and each outgoing breath. Let your body relax. Breathe in and breathe out. Now bring your focus onto your stomach region, your upper abdomen, your lower abdomen, your reproductive organs, and your bottom parts. Breathe in and breathe out and relax. Now just focus on your hips, your waist, your thighs, your knees, and try to relax it with each incoming breath. You breathe out your pain, worries, tensions, anything that is giving you problems or challenges. Breathe in and relax your knees, your calf muscles, your shin, ankles, sole of your feet, your heels, and your feet with your toes. Just be with your breath now and feel the relaxation washing over you. This precious breath that you are breathing in brings in great energy, peace, and calm with it. Just become one with your breath and bring your mind to focus only on your breathing. This is when the mind stops this incessant chatter and we start feeling energized. The cosmic energy that is there all around you starts coming inside when your mind stops thinking. So just be with your breath. No thoughts, no mantra, no chanting. Just be with your in breath and out breath. Now, just be aware of your thoughts, if any. Let them go, let them subside, and come back to your normal, natural, easy, free-flowing breath. No mantra, no chanting. Just be with your breath. When we are not thinking, when our mind stops this incessant chatter, it can only focus on the precious breath that is coming inside. With each and every breath, we combine this cosmic energy with this free-flowing, natural, precious breath, and our body starts energizing. With regular practice and everyday meditation, start entering into our soul consciousness, leaving the physical consciousness or body consciousness. We understand everything that seems real to us in physical life is all illusion. Only the soul is real, which is eternal, which cannot be destroyed, cannot be harmed. The soul is always pure. which resides in us in this physical body. And we are here on planet Earth, incarnating and learning our lessons. Once we start thinking, the energy around us cannot come through inside our body. Energy that we lost the whole day cannot be conserved. But when the incessant chatter of the mind stops and we focus on our breath, this energy gets inside our body and heals us, helps us raise our wisdom, consciousness, energizing us, bringing more energy, making us feel more happy, rejuvenated, peaceful and calm. souls, not the body. And we all experience this when we go into deep meditation. We understand why our soul becomes hungry for this meditation. We find supreme bliss when we go into deep meditation. The way we breathe in and breathe out. When we take 2 breaths, how and what our consciousness feels like. What is that we feel which feels so good? This is the consciousness that is there when we go deep and deep with each and every breath, in and out. We start understanding the connection between the things in this universe. We slowly and steadily start understanding the purpose behind our birth, what lessons to learn, and what to follow. There is nothing in this vast universe that happens without a reason. And you understand this with each in-breath and each out-breath. And then you become one with everything. So just be with your in-breath and out-breath and let this cosmic energy come inside your body through your crown area. Follow each in-breath and each out-breath and keep all your focus on your natural, normal, free-flowing, easy breath. No force, no push, no mantra, no chanting. Just be with your breath. Let the magic happen inside your body, around you, within you. Deep inside your soul. When we start meditating, we start focusing on our in-breath and out-breath. We try and let go of our identity, of what we think we are. But when we become one with our breath, our body, our mind, our soul becomes one. We become one with everything. Lose the self and we become one. We lose this ego that tells us who we are, that differentiates between me and you. We lose this ego and the self. And we start becoming one with our soul, our physical self, our body, mind and soul. Everything becomes one. We let go of any thoughts, any problems, any challenges, any pain, any worries. And we just come back and focus only on our breathing and nothing else. Just become one with your soul, one with your breath. Become one with everything. Become one with your body, mind, your soul, the whole environment around you, your room, where you're sitting comfortably in meditation. No thoughts whatsoever. Just be with your breath. My dear masters, my dear friends, and my dear gods, this is what the great grandfather of PSSM, Pitamaha Brahmrishi Patri, tells all the fellow meditators and anyone who meditates. Taught us that we all are masters and we don't need to be a slave or let alone follow any other master. Our breath is our own guru, which teaches us to become one with everything, to become one with our soul, be in this universal consciousness. All the spiritual meditators, seekers are our friends. Once we start breathing in and breathing out, and we start becoming energized with this cosmic energy, whatever we think, we start attracting these thoughts. This energy brings positivity and energy in all of us, which helps us to attract positive thoughts and positivity in our life. We create our own realities with the help of this cosmic energy. And that is why we are the creators of our life. That is why the Tamaha tells us that we are masters, friends, and gods. And this is our reality. Don't ever forget. We are all connected with this vast universe. Everything around us connects us to this vastness, to this universe, connects us to every living being and non-living being. Nothing in this universe happens without a reason. Everything has some connection. Everything and everywhere we can find this energy, which is in me, which is in you, and we all are one. Now, my dear masters, slowly and steadily try to come back to your body's consciousness. Feel each and every part of your body and start giving thanks from your head to toe to all the body parts. Give your gratitudes. Be grateful for what we receive from the physical body. And give thanks to all the body parts in my body. My head, my brain, my eyes, my ears, my nose, my whole face, my jaws, my teeth and my tongue. I thank my throat, my neck, my chest, my lungs, my heart. I'm grateful for all that I receive from these body parts. I give thanks to my shoulders, my hands, my fingers, my spine, my upper back and middle back and lower back, my stomach, my upper abdomen, lower abdomen, my bottom parts, and the organs attached with it. I thank my hips, my waist, my thighs, my knees, my calf muscles. I thank my ankles, heel, the sole of our feet, and our toes. I thank my respiratory system, circulatory system, reproductive system, endocrine system. I thank every organ, every part, every DNA, every cell. Now slowly and steadily straighten up your spine, your neck, your head, and clasp your hand. And now rub your hands together. Keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds on your eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now you may open your eyes beneath your hands and slowly remove your hands whenever you're ready and open your eyes with a beautiful smile. Thank you, Masters. Thank you so much for joining in with the meditation. So whenever you guys are ready, we will be taking the wisdom for today, which is about thinking, the types of thinking that is there. Thank you so much. So here are the types of thinkings that we are going to talk about today. What are the types of thinkings and why? What happens? Like, what are the types? What are they? We will know each and every meaning of every thinking. And then later on, once we are done today with the topic of thinking, later on I would also teach you about the thoughts, the types of thoughts that we can have, but later on, not today. Only today we are going to discuss what are the types of thinking, what are they, and try and understand which type of thinking you are actually doing or having in in yourself, how you behave and how you act. So, and how you perceive the information, how you process it. So we are going to think about it. We are going to learn about it and understand what are the types of thinkings. So the types of thinkings and what are they? So as James Allen quotes, that a man is literally what he thinks. His character being the complete sum of all his thoughts. So whatever you think, that is what you become. Yad bhavam tad bhavati, meaning what you think and feel is what you become. So there are like 7 types of thinkings which are as follows. The first one is the creative thinking. Second one is analytical thinking. Third is critical thinking. Fourth is concrete thinking. Fifth is abstract thinking. Then sixth is divergent thinking. Seventh is convergent thinking. So these are the 7 types of thinking that can describes how one person or the other person thinks. There can be a lot of ways to think, and there are different types of thinking that are being shown here, and I've mentioned it here. So now we are going to understand what happens with these 7 types of thinking. The way one approaches the problems, issues, challenges, and how they process it, and how they solve it, and what is the outcome of the solution they get. This all is called thinking. How to approach the problem, how to approach the issue, what are the challenges, how to process it, and how you solve it. So, based on these, we have the types of thinking and how what result can come out, or what is the outcome of the solution which you can get. So, this totally depends on the way anybody thinks, perceive, the way they understand, they see and understand, and how they process it, how they process this information, and how they solve it. So these things can be combined together, and they will help us to learn what is thinking and what are the most common types of thinking are. So first one that we are going to talk about is creative thinking. So people who think creatively, they tend to think in different ways, and they have a different way of perceiving things, different way of processing the information given or receiving them, and how creatively they find the solution. For them, solutions can be of they can do a particular thing in many different ways, and or in many ways, and they can solve this problem in different ways. And with every way, they'll be very creative in doing it. So they find the solutions without even using the set rules, whatever the set rules are already, or any processes that are already mentioned. They wouldn't even use those processes, but they would try and solve that problem with their creative thinking. Then the second one is analytical thinking. So what is analytical thinking? Sorry. Analytical thinking is analytical thinkers think in a very analytical, structured, and methodical way. So their way of solving problems and looking at them is very methodical, in a very how to say, it's very logical way of thinking. They quickly find out what the problem is, and then they know how to solve it, how to come out of it, and how to uh, make the analysis based on what they have thought. Now, the analytical thinkers are basically the left brain side people, the people who are more into a logical way of thinking, analytical way of thinking, more courageous, more confident, and that is what they do. They do analysis of everything, and that is how they work in a very methodical and structured way, and that is how they will solve their problems as well. Then third is the critical thinkers or critical thinking. So these type of thinkers usually have a very careful way of judging or evaluating anything. They will look at the problem and or issue, and they would look at its worth, their value, its accuracy, its validity. So that is how thinkers can be, critical thinkers can be. So very critically, they will judge each and everything, every part of it, its pros and cons, benefits and losses, and like every angle. They will see every angle. So those are called critical thinkers. Then comes the fourth point, concrete thinkers, concrete thinking. What are who are concrete thinkers, or how to think concretely, or who are the people who think in a concrete way? So they have a very solid way of thinking on what they see and what they perceive, and they think very practically. Whatever they see, they will take it on its face value. They wouldn't solve any issue on behalf of what cannot be seen. So whatever you can't see, they won't go and look for things that are not to be seen. They would just think, or they would think on, or they would see all those things that are just present in front of them. So that is how the concrete thinkers are. Whatever they have it, they will try and solve that problem in a very solid way. Whatever they have, they would take that option and they would try to solve it. So it's very literal meaning, very concrete. They would always think literally and behave accordingly. So they will take everything on face value. That is what concrete thinking means. Now, abstract thinkers or abstract thinking. They are able to, the abstract thinkers are those people who are able to connect dots or connect between random things, and they derive meaning behind it. What is the hidden meaning and how they're connected? And they would find every possible solution, and they will look at the bigger picture. So whether it is an event, thing, or anything that is, they will see behind it. What is the possibility? What is the meaning? And all those things. So that is how the abstract thinkers think. And then comes the sixth point, divergent thinking. The divergent thinkers always have a lot of answers to one problem or issue and find one best outcome or solution to an issue or challenge. They would always go behind what caused the issue and find the solution which best solves the problem. So that is how the divergent thinker will think. They would actually think lot of scenarios or solutions to a particular problem or issue, and they would find one best outcome or one best solution to that particular issue or challenge. And they would actually, like how we say, diversify, like, right? They would go out to find all the possible outcomes, and then they would try to solve that problem, solve that issue or challenge with their uh, diverse outcome. They would maybe, suppose if you want to there's a problem with your bathroom faucet. What are you going to do? You are actually going to just go ahead and maybe try to call a plumber, or you will try to fix it yourself. But with divergent thinkers, they would actually think every possible way how it can be fixed. They would go online, they would see YouTube, or they would see parts where it can be found, or what might be the problem and how to solve it, what are the possible outcome that they can have. So they would look into each and everything, and then they would find one single possible outcome later on. But that is how the divergent thinkers are. Then comes the last point, the convergent thinking. The convergent thinker is the opposite of divergent thinker. They would converge everything together, and then that is what they will do. They will do only a single thing, not they would know everything together. Like they will always try and find the only best possible outcome or the best possible way to solve their problems and stick to it. So if the problem is there, any issue or challenge arises, what are they going to do? They are going to find out one single thing that solves the problem, and that is what they are going to stick with. And that is how they will solve their problem, and they would try to solve their problem in one go. That is how the convergent thinkers. These are the types of thinking that can be thought or can be uh, used by many people. This is how we can think of uh, to solve a problem or issue or challenge. And that is what sometimes what happens is definitely we do have a lot of solutions to every single thing, but how are we solving these problems? So we need to understand that whatever thoughts we have in our mind, whatever our mind creates, is what we become. The thoughts that can come in your mind creates your reality. I should have written that can come, not have, that can come in your mind, or that comes in your mind creates your reality. And what you think is what you become. So it's not as if you can't uh, think many things. You definitely can think many things. You can be a different kind of thinker, like the 7 types of thinking we have seen. But for every problem to be solved, there can be a different way of thinking, different scenario, different solutions. But later on, we would also know, try and understand whether there's a issue, problem, or challenge. We can always have a good way of thinking, a positive way of thinking, or a miraculous way of thinking. So these are some of the other types of thinking which we are going to take in another class, not today, but definitely I'll tell you about the 4 other ways of thinking that has a person think negatively, disastrously, positively, or miraculously. How one can use this to their benefit. So thank you, masters. Thank you so much. These were the 7 types of thinking that we studied today. We learned about it, and which can help us know ourselves better, how we are thinking, how we are able to manage, and how we are able to solve the problems. So think over it, take your time, and see what comes to your mind. Okay. So thank you so much for listening, masters. And if you have any question, you can raise your hand and you can ask any question. So thank you so much. So anybody has any questions, you can raise your hand, masters. So I believe nobody has any questions. And so if no one has questions, then we can end the session here. Definitely, we can discuss about the 4 other types of thought processes that can help us go forward with the way of thinking we have. And in the next class, maybe next week, I'm going to take that. Not this week, but let's see what and when. So thank you so much for joining, masters. Thank you so much for your energies. Thank you for listening to the wisdom. Have a great and wonderful day. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll meet tomorrow again. Thank you so much.